I'm sorry that I'm turning a little bit orange. It's just I feel like Rob and Judy Christie. I'm orange. Why am I orange? But it's just messing with the white balance. Again, I'm doing the best I can. Hi everyone, welcome back to my lab and today's video, which is going to be my review of the Simplehuman Wide View Mirror. I shared that mirror in my Nordstrom Anniversary Sale Haul, and a lot of you were very curious about it because of the very high price tag to see if it was actually going to be worth it. Now I know full well that the Nordstrom Anniversary Sale is over, but it took them a very long time to ship the mirror to me, and then I wanted to spend a couple of days with it to see how it worked out. So I'm sorry that the review is a little bit late, but it was the best I could do considering the shipping, and I'll get into all that a little bit later. Before we begin, if you're new to my channel, I'm Yori. Thank you so much for clicking on my video, and if you enjoy it, hopefully you'll consider subscribing and joining me for a future one. Now let's go ahead and get into this review. Now I have to admit, it's going to be very difficult for me to show you the mirror in action. I film alone and I don't have a very fancy studio setup, so I did the best I can. Hopefully it will illustrate a lot of the points that I'll be making to you verbally. So as I stated, I purchased my mirror from the Nordstrom Anniversary Sale and I paid $250 plus tax. The mirror normally retails for $399. Now let's be clear, I would never have purchased the mirror for $399 no matter how curious I was without hearing from someone else how the mirror actually performs, so that's what I'm here to do. I do want to put that figure into perspective. $400 is a car payment for a very nice car, a weekend stay at a hotel. It could be somebody's rent depending on where you live, so it's not a small amount of money by any means, and so I wanted to make sure that this mirror was going to be worth it. So the features on the mirror, it's basically a lighted mirror that can work in conjunction with a telephone app that mimics different lighting situations. Now the reason why I was interested in this mirror is because I already own a Simplehuman mirror. It's an 8-inch mirror that is magnified, I believe it is 10 times. And the problem that I was having with that mirror is that it's not that great for complexion work. It's really great for eyeshadow work and really detailed like eyebrow work, but to get the full picture, it's hard to see because you have to be very close to it because of the magnification. I wanted something that I could sort of step back and get the full picture of how my entire makeup look was coming together. That's why I was curious about the larger mirror. That larger mirror is not magnified at all. It does come with this small attachment, which they call the 10 times detailed mirror. I really don't use this because it is really small. The way that it attaches to the mirror is by a magnet, and the problem that I have with it is that if I have the full-size mirror, pretend the screen is the mirror, it attaches really low. So I kind of have to sink down and kind of get a really close look at it because the mirror itself, I'm sorry if I'm blinding you, but I'm trying to review a mirror here. The mirror itself does not rise up and down. It only tilts. So that attachment comes in this little baggie, which you can carry with you if you want. I wouldn't really recommend that. I just keep this on the side of the vanity and I just wanted to show it to you. Again, it's not something that I use very frequently because I have my other mirror for the detail work. Aside from this little attachment in the mirror itself, inside the box you get a very brief pamphlet on how to operate the mirror. It basically just says to make sure you fully charge the mirror before first use and not much else. What happened to the days of instruction manuals? Now, I'm not saying that it isn't intuitive, but it's not perfectly crystal clear how you should operate the mirror. So I think it would have benefited from a proper instruction manual, or at least a PDF you can download from, the web. I found no such thing. You do get a plug and a cable so you can fully charge the mirror. It took quite a few hours for the mirror to fully charge, and there's a green light indicator that will pulse or stay solid when the mirror is fully charged. You also receive a cloth with which you wipe down like electronics, eyeglasses, some of those like non-abrasive cloths. Other than that, there's nothing else in the box. When they shipped it to me, it came in a huge box, so that may have been responsible for the shipping delay. I am sure they shipped it ground, and the shipping had to be really expensive. I got free shipping. Nordstrom offers free shipping, but the mirror was heavy and the box was big enough for me to crawl into and completely close. So that's how big the box was. When I went into my lobby and I saw that box, I was a little shocked. It's a really big box. So I'm thinking that that may have had something to do with a delay in shipping, although a lot of people are complaining about the delay in the delivery of a lot of their anniversary sale items, not specifically the mirror. When I started using it, I like the mirror. I like the fact that it tilts. I wish that it would raise up just a little higher so I can see myself sort of head on without the tilt angle. That would have been a really nice feature to have the mirror have. It would also have been really nice to have the mirror to be operable without the app. Now you can turn on the mirror and the light does turn on, but it sort of goes on to the default setting. And the main selling point of this mirror is that you can change the lighting situation to match different settings. You can match it to restaurants, for candle lights, for an office, for daylight, and so on, along with customized lighting settings, but you cannot access that without the app. So it requires you have a smartphone and so on. I'm gonna try to demo the mirror for you. Again, I apologize, it's not gonna be the best, but hopefully it will sort of give you a little bit of a representation of what it is that I'm talking about. Now, I installed the app by downloading it from the App Store. You can also use the Google Store if you have an Android device. The app is not necessarily too stable. It kind of just crashes on my phone from time to time, which is a little annoying, and the phone loses connection to the mirror from time to time, depending on the Wi-Fi and if I've gone out and so on. And sometimes I have to reconnect the mirror. It just doesn't find it automatically, which can be a little bit annoying. I'm gonna show you how the mirror works. I screen recorded the buttons that I'm gonna be pressing on the app, and I think the app crashed during my demo, so you'll be able to see that. I know that you're not gonna be able to see me fully lit, but you'll be able to see the changes in lighting situations and also the customizable setting that you obtain through a photograph that you take on your phone. It's going to be hard for me to show you how the mirror works because I have to both light up the room and show you the lighting on the mirror. I recorded my screen so that you can see how the mirror works. It doesn't really work without the apps as far as changing the lighting settings. So I installed the Simplehuman app, and this is how it opens up. Originally, it opened up to this screen and I was able to make an account and connect my mirror that way. That always happens. It's kind of unstable and sometimes it shuts down like that. So I'm going to open it up again. And there it shows the mirror. With the first setting is how you can change the lighting. Those are your light modes. The second one has to do with clock settings, which just gives you an information of how long the mirror should stay on and so on. You also have the sensor settings, which tell you how long you want the sensor to stay on if it doesn't detect anybody in front of it. So you can see now it's shut off. The sensor is right here at the bottom. And so now it's turned on. I just want to show you the light settings. Right now it's set to daylight and the brightest setting. If I change it to cloudy, hopefully you can see that the light condition is changing. A restaurant setting, this one is considerably more warm. You have candlelight, which is very, very warm. And then you have office lighting. Okay, so I'm not sure how well you can see. I'll try to zoom in the video and see what I can do after I've actually recorded this, but I typically keep it on daylight settings. You do also have the option to add a specific setting. If you click the plus button, you can take a picture, which will add a new setting. So I have a setting that is my beauty area, and I took it today. So if I click on that, the mirror mimics the lighting situation in my beauty area. So you can save, like for example, your job, you can save just natural daylight and so on, so that you can have varying settings. Now it's only possible to do this with the app. So typically I just keep the mirror at the daylight setting, and with the swipe at the bottom, you can see that you can dim the mirror or you can brighten it. Other than that, the only other feature that I can really show you is that these side angles, they will open up. Okay, so it can be perfectly flat or it can capture an angle like this, which is how I prefer to keep it so that I can see the sides of my face. It also tilts up and down. and it does not go up and down itself. As far as the level, you can only tilt it. All right, again, I apologize for the rough demo. I did the best I could. But if you have any questions that were not necessarily clear, leave those in the comment section. I would love to get back to you and answer them as best as I can, because this is an investment item. Interestingly enough, I'm always hunting in TJ Maxx for different things, and I happened to find a mirror at TJ Maxx that was similar. So I have that mirror right here, and here's a picture of how the mirror works. It's pretty much a trifold mirror similar to the Simplehuman one. The lights are along the perimeter of the center section, similar to the Simplehuman one, although these have basically one temperature setting. You can't change it for different environments. You can only dim them or brighten them. This specific mirror is battery operated, so if you want to operate it wirelessly, you have to install batteries, or you can operate it using a USB cable. This mirror has a couple of advantages, one of them being that the trifold portions completely fold, and I'll try to demonstrate that for you. I'm sorry that I'm turning a little bit orange. It's just, I feel like Rob Beauty Christie. I'm orange. Why am I orange? But it's this messing with the white balance. Again, I'm doing the best I can. So the nice thing is that these fold in, and the mirror is actually really lightweight, so you can move it around very easily. I put the mirror down because I don't want to be orange. As I was saying, the Simplehuman mirror is really, really heavy. So if you have a vanity where you kind of want to move it around to put it in a more convenient location, it's heavy, it's a little awkward. It would really function better if you set it down where you're going to use it and you kind of just leave it at that. So the last thing that I wanted to mention, and here I'm going to turn orange again, is that the Impressions vanity mirror, you can turn vertically and you can use it that way, which is something that you can't do with the Simplehuman mirror. That trifold Impressions vanity mirror, I found it at a TJ Maxx. I purchased it for $30, but TJ Maxx, you know, you may find something, you may not, so I can't really link to it there. Definitely look around if you're interested in a mirror like this. It was $30, but I found it on Amazon and it retails for, I believe it was $60 full price. I'll link it in the description box in case you want to check that one out as a possible alternative, which is considerably more affordable, but I encourage you to check out your nearest TJ Maxx and see if you can find it. That same day I found this one. This one is kind of like an iPad, and this one isn't comparable in any way to the Simplehuman mirror, but I wanted to show it to you because I wanted to show you how the mirror lights up. So with the Impressions vanity mirrors, you have a power button, and you can see that it has now lit up, and if you hold it, it will either dim or it will brighten. But as you can see, the temperature is just one temperature. So the other mirror that I showed you will work much the same way. By the way, I found this one at a TJ Maxx as well, also for $30. This one retains a charge, and you charge it using a USB cable. It's nice because it folds open like this, and then that becomes the base for when you're using it. It's really nice because it's protected, so it's a really good travel option, and that's why I decided to pick that one up. But back to the Simplehuman mirror. Is it worth $400? No, it isn't. I'm sorry, no. There are a lot of improvements that I would add to it that would increase the value for me. Having that height adjustment would be a really important one. Having the side mirrors fold in would have been a really nice option, so then it wouldn't occupy so much space. The option of turning it vertically, I really don't care too much about that. I really just wanted to be able to see my entire face, and it does that just fine. The app needs some work because it's just not stable. It crashes from time to time. The connection could also use a little bit of tweaking so it maintains the connection a little bit better. I have had to reconnect my mirror on occasion. Now, in terms of the instruction manual, provide one, that would be amazing. I have contacted customer service because there was an error on their website. On their website, it stated that you could store the magnetic magnified 10 times mirror on the back side of the unit just for ease of storage, and that was incorrect. That applies to a different mirror, and so they just told me that they were going to correct it, and they apologized for the inconvenience. I was just curious because I was looking for instructions on how to operate the mirror, and so I was watching the videos on their website and reading the information they provided. So I actually just found an error in their website. And I know that this sounds like a negative review, but I'm just keeping that dollar amount really front and center in my mind when I'm reviewing any beauty product, and that one is just, the price is a little bit prohibitive right now. I'm not sure if I'm gonna keep it. I do like the mirror. I like it. It's a pleasure to do my makeup on it. The lighting options are really fun to use. I haven't played around too much with the customizable ones. I've done it just sort of in my beauty area, but I can definitely take a picture at work and anywhere else I might be. So it's a nice feature to kind of see what your makeup is gonna look like under different lighting situations, but I think daylight is the absolute best. Now, I've seen other mirrors that have kind of speaker phone capabilities or Bluetooth where you can play audio through the mirror or just something else to justify the price tag. I have to give you my honest thoughts, and it's not worth $400. Is it worth $250? I don't think so. If it was a little bit more seamless in its operation, I would be more inclined to give it a positive review. But I think that if you have a mirror on your wall with lights around it, or if your room already has excellent lighting, you don't need a mirror like that. I do, on the other hand, recommend the Simplehuman mirror that is magnified for detail work that you do close up, and it has the lighted ring around it. That's really great. I purchased mine for about $200 at Bed Bath & Beyond, but I used their coupon, so I didn't pay full price. And that one, I feel that I'm getting my money's worth. It's height adjustable, so I really like that one. You let me know what you think in the comment sections down below. I tried to demonstrate the mirror as best as I could. I would suggest, if you're still curious, that you visit their website so that you can see their very highly produced videos on the mirror and get a better idea than what I could accomplish for you here. But I am just giving you a customer opinion. Let me know what you think. Should I keep it? Should it go back? I'm not sure. I hate returning things. I really do. Every time I hear somebody purchase something just for a review and then return it, I cringe. I think that's so irresponsible and wasteful. I don't do that. I purchase items because I'm genuinely interested in them and I genuinely want them to work. But from time to time, if there's something truly awful, back it goes. So let me know what you think. I definitely love your advice because it is a pricey item. Like I said, I like it. I'm just not convinced it's worth the money, even at a discounted price. I hope this video was helpful to you. You were all super curious about this mirror, and I don't blame you. I was as well, and I wish I had had someone with experience tell me what it was to use the mirror. That's really everything I have to share with you regarding my experience with the Simplehuman mirror. Please give this video a thumbs up if you did enjoy it and find it helpful. Consider subscribing to my channel, as I would love to have you join my makeup family and seeing you on a future video. I hope you're doing very well, and I look forward to seeing you again really soon on my next one. Bye-bye.